Dive into the captivating yet unsettling story of Amnon in the Bible. Witness a web of forbidden desire, shocking betrayal, and brutal revenge unfold within the halls of King David's court. But before we embark on this journey, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more eye-opening stories. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming up next. Obsession gnawed at him, a viper coiling in his soul. He craved her like a forbidden fruit, its sweetness laced with peril. But their Eden held a serpent, Jonadab, a confidant dripping with honeyed words and venomous advice. He spun a web of deceit, a trap as seductive as it was cruel. And so, in the hushed shadows, a monstrous act unfolded, shattering the fragile peace of the royal court. Tamar, her spirit wounded, was cast into the desert of isolation. Amnon, consumed by guilt and fear, became a ghost in his own gilded cage. But within Absalom, his brother, a fire raged, a fury born from love and hatred, destined to engulf the kingdom in flames. This is not just a saga of forbidden love, but a tapestry woven with betrayal, vengeance, and the tragic downfall of a dynasty. Join me as we unravel the threads of Amnon's story, a cautionary tale echoing through ages, where passion's embers burned both bright and dark, leaving behind not just ashes, but enduring lessons on the human heart's capacity for both love and its cruelest twists. Sunlight dances on gilded columns, casting long shadows across the opulent tapestries adorning King David's court. Laughter spills from banquet halls, punctuated by the clinking of goblets and the murmur of courtiers weaving their own webs of intrigue. This is a world steeped in power and privilege, where princes stroll in cloaks woven from threads of gold and princesses glide through marble corridors like desert gazelles. Among them stand Amnon and Absalom, princes as different as the sun and the moon. Amnon, the elder, bears the weight of expectation, his features sculpted from granite, his gaze cool and calculating. Absalom, the younger, is a whirlwind of charm and charisma, his laughter echoing through the halls like music, his eyes bright with mischievous energy. Yet, beneath the surface simmers a hidden tension, a rivalry fueled by whispers of favoritism and simmering ambition. It's in this vibrant, treacherous landscape that Tamar, David's daughter, blossoms. Like a desert rose emerging from parched earth, her beauty steals the breath from courtiers and ignites a flicker of something far more dangerous in Amnon's heart. Her presence, a splash of crimson against the court's gold, disrupts the unspoken balance, setting in motion a chain of events that will forever alter the fate of the royal family, staining the gilded facade with the dark hues of desire and betrayal. Amnon's gaze burns with an intensity reserved for battlefields, but its target isn't conquest, it's Tamar. Every stolen glance, every whispered word in sun-dappled gardens, fuels a fire that consumes him from within. The whispers of societal taboos and religious prohibitions only fan the flames. He's a prince, expected to control his desires, yet the forbidden fruit hangs tantalizingly near, its sweetness poisoning his thoughts. He seeks solace in Jonadab, a viper in courtier's clothing. Jonadab, fueled by his own twisted motives, sees an opportunity for manipulation. He whispers deceit, painting a path towards a clandestine encounter, a twisted masterpiece of betrayal. In the hushed shadows of Tamar's chambers, fueled by Jonadab's treachery and his own warped desires, Amnon commits an act that shatters the fragile peace of the royal court. The deed hangs heavy in the air, a poisonous cloud blotting out the sun. Shame gnaws at Amnon, leaving him a ghost in his own palace, haunted by the echo of his transgression. Tamar, cast into the desert of isolation, bears the brunt of society's cruel gaze. But within Absalom, a storm gathers. His love for Tamar transforms into a burning fury, a righteous rage that promises to engulf the kingdom in flames. The seeds of revenge are sown, watered by tears and fueled by a hatred that knows no bounds. Tamar's world shrinks to the suffocating confines of her chambers. Each gilded corner mocks her solitude. Each ray of sunlight glints like a cruel reminder of the life stolen from her. Shame and despair cloak her like a shroud, isolating her from the whispers and judgment that echo through the court. She is the victim, ostracized by a society blind to the true monster, left to navigate the wasteland of her shattered past. Absalom, her brother, becomes a hurricane of emotions. His love for Tamar, once tender and protective, morphs into a white-hot fury. He sees Amnon not just as a brother, but as a stain on their family's honor, a viper who deserves nothing but a venomous bite in return. The seeds of Jonadab's manipulation blossom into a poisonous crop of vengeance, fueling his desire for a brutal reckoning. David, caught in the maelstrom of his son's conflict, is a king with hands bound by love and duty. He sees the pain etched on Tamar's face, the rage simmering in Absalom's eyes, and the guilt gnawing at Amnon's soul. Yet, his actions are hesitant, weighed down by the burden of protecting his family and upholding the kingdom's laws. His inaction, a deafening silence in the face of escalating conflict, widens the gulf between his sons, driving them further down the path of destruction. David's silence blossoms into a poisonous flower. With each unanswered plea for justice, the seeds of disunity sown by Amnon's act take root. Absalom, his fury fueled by his sister's suffering, cultivates a rebellion in the shadows. He gathers loyalists, whispering promises of retribution, casting himself as the righteous protector in contrast to David's indecisiveness. The kingdom, once a symbol of unity, begins to fracture along fault lines drawn by betrayal and the thirst for vengeance. The inevitable confrontation erupts like a desert storm. Amnon, haunted by his deed and ostracized from court, becomes a ghost hiding in his gilded cage. Absalom, fueled by hatred and a twisted sense of justice, hunts him down like a wounded beast. In a brutal clash, steel sings and blood paints the once pristine palace floors. Amnon falls, not in the heat of battle, but in the cold shadows of a brother's vengeance, a final tragic consequence of his forbidden love. The ripple effect of Amnon's action spreads far beyond the confines of the palace. David, his kingdom fracturing and his family shattered, grapples with the bitterest fruit of his own inaction. Absalom, the avenging brother, finds not satisfaction but the hollowness of a Pyrrhic victory, stained by the blood of his kin. The tapestry of the kingdom, once vibrant and intricate, now bears the ragged wounds of betrayal and revenge, a stark reminder of the destructive power of unchecked desires and the devastating consequences of letting love curdle into hatred. Amnon's story transcends the gilded halls of King David's court, echoing down the ages as a cautionary tale woven with timeless themes. From the intoxicating lure of forbidden desire to the destructive power of unchecked vengeance, it invites us to grapple with the complexities of human nature and the enduring lessons it holds for our own lives. On a religious plane, Amnon's fall can be seen as a stark representation of sin's consequences. His transgression against Tamar and the subsequent breakdown of the royal family illustrate the ripple effect of moral failings, reminding us of the interconnectedness of our actions and the responsibility we bear towards one another. From a psychological perspective, Amnon's obsession and Jonadab's manipulation offer insights into the workings of desire and deception. The story compels us to examine the dark corners of our own hearts, to recognize the potential for manipulation and the dangers of succumbing to our baser instincts. As the echoes of Amnon's tale fade into the sands of time, we are left with a lingering question. What legacy does this tragic prince leave behind? Is it merely a cautionary tale of forbidden love and devastating consequences, a relic of a bygone era? Or does it hold a spark of relevance, illuminating the challenges and choices we face even today? The answer, I believe, lies in the power of this narrative to resonate across generations. The themes of unchecked desires, family fractures, and the consequences of inaction are woven into the very fabric of our human experience. By learning from Amnon's mistakes, by fostering open communication and seeking understanding in the face of conflict, we can rewrite the tragic narrative of his life on our own. Remember, the power of choice lies within each of us. Let Amnon's story be a reminder to choose compassion, to embrace forgiveness, and to illuminate the world with the light of inner reflection. And if you found this exploration of Amnon's tragedy insightful, consider subscribing to my channel for more in-depth dives into the fascinating narratives and enduring lessons hidden within the pages of Scripture. Together, let us unravel the complexities of the past, one story at a time, and forge a brighter future for ourselves and the generations to come. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Until next time, may your own stories be woven with wisdom, purpose, and the ever-burning flame of understanding.